from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and I am getting a master's in counseling and hope to work as a school counselor upon completion of the program. I think my biggest fear regarding ethics as working as a counselor or a dilemma that I might face might be misdiagnosing a client. Being able to listen carefully and discern all the issues relationally and culturally that are affecting a client, and to assess that client and diagnose the client accurately. I would feel a very heavy weight of responsibility to do that correctly. With that being said, I found in the Code of Ethics a portion that was particularly interesting was section E5, which is entitled Diagnosis of Mental Disorders. Counselors take special care to provide proper diagnosis of mental disorders. Assessment techniques, including personal interview, used to determine client care, especially locus of treatment, type of treatment, or recommended follow-up, are carefully selected and appropriately used. Following that section E5, that was E5A, and E5B, we're reminded that counselors recognize that culture affects the manner in which clients' problems are defined. Clients' socioeconomic and cultural experiences are considered when diagnosing mental disorders. In E5C, counselors recognize historical and social prejudices in misdiagnosis and pathologizing of certain individuals and groups, and the role of mental health professionals in perpetuating these prejudices through diagnosis and treatment. So it is my goal to be a culturally sensitive counselor, to be responsible to know and understand the cultural context that a client is coming from, whether it be socioeconomic or racial or ethnic. So that would be an area I would take extreme caution to get to know the client, as mentioned in interview, and to focus on their issues or presenting concerns through the lens of all these layers that make up the context for this individual. And the biggest piece of information that I hope to gain from this class would be to be knowledgeable of what counselors are required to know in terms of ethics and legal responsibilities. I hope to gain confidence in those areas that will allow me to practice as a counselor without fear in those areas, to actually know the process for ethical decision making, and the steps for seeking legal consultation when necessary, as well as consulting with other professionals in the field or with a particular client. So that those pieces of information, just learning the process and the steps which to take to be prepared to practice as a counselor ethically and legally in my field, would be the biggest piece of information I hope to come away with. I look forward to meeting the others in the class and wish everyone a great semester. Thanks.